Has this ever happened to you? You're excited to finally get your DNA matches back, but you plugged your numbers into DNA Painter and thought, this can't be right. The numbers are not adding up. And this leads us to our internet question of the day. I used DNA Painter to calculate my relationship to one of my DNA matches, but it doesn't seem right. Can DNA Painter be wrong? Short answer, I promise you, DNA Painter is not wrong, at least not in the way that you're looking at it. The tool isn't wrong, but there are a few common reasons why your numbers can come back not looking right. And if you're totally new to searching for your family using DNA search, maybe you're an adoptee who's looking for where you fit into your family tree or your parent unknown or something like that, then DNA Painter is one of the first tools that it's really important for you to know. It's totally free. It gives you actual relationship possibilities that are based on your DNA results. I'll link to it in the description below. Okay, so here we are at DNA Painter. The website is dnapainter.com. I'm at /tools, and I want to go to the shared centimorgan project. And I always go to the beta version with updated probabilities, because these are all based on on actual results of people that know their relationships to each other, did DNA tests, and they know how they fit in together, like as far as their relationships go. So you can see it gives the relationship probabilities based on the amount you share with your match, like how many centimorgans that you share. But here are three common reasons the numbers might not look right, um, or be what you're expecting. Reason number one, you go into it assuming the wrong relationship. So I could be totally certain that my mystery match that I always use, I'm an adoptee that searched for my birth father using this exact method of narrowing it down based on my DNA matches. And so I have a match at 1537 centimorgans. Um, he could match as a grandparent, an uncle, a half sibling, my nephew, or my grandchild. So I may go into it totally assuming that we are half siblings, and I could be wrong. That is just, that's the way it goes. It's possible that he is actually my uncle. I guess because he's only on my birth father's side, he would be ruled out as being my nephew. But since he is possibly an uncle, I try to rule it out by how old he is too. Like he's a year older than me, so we're about the same age, right? But my point is, I could totally say, like, no, I am. It only makes sense that he's my half sibling. This is what he has to be. Therefore, that's what he is. And so DNA Painter's wrong. And in that case, I might be wrong because confirmation bias might exist. And confirmation bias is just the tendency for us to want to fit results into our theory instead of fitting our theory into the results. So we try to make the numbers fit based on our theory that we can't let go of instead of, um, you know, looking at the actual science of DNA results and saying, these are the possibilities. Reason number two, there are just too many relationship possibilities. The ranges for your shared centimorgans can overlap. So you see with DNA Painter, there's actually several different relationship possibilities. Even with my mystery match, like I said, grandparent, aunt, uncle, half sibling, niece, nephew, or grandchild. But let's take a digit off the end there. And you see that if you're a match to somebody at 153 centimorgans, it opens up a lot more possibilities, right? It opens up half great aunt or uncle, second cousin, half first cousin once removed, first cousin twice removed, half great niece or nephew. And that's just the high percentages, you know? And then you go down to like half cousin, half second cousin, sorry, third cousin when you get lower down. So there's all these possibilities, and it can be overwhelming. And you have to look at DNA Painter more as it's more of a scavenger hunt instead of X marks the spot. So when you get the results, yes, your DNA can give you clues as to what your potential relationships are with people, but to a certain extent, you have to find the rest out. You have to narrow down the possibilities, and that can be based on your matches to each other. It can be based on getting new matches that are closer. Sometimes you can't find out the answers right away. You can narrow it down to a family group, but the DNA science just, you don't have a close enough match to be able to narrow it down, especially if you're looking at a sea of totally unknown matches like you're doing in an adoption search or looking entirely for your birth father's side of the family kind of thing. And it can be frustrating. I know that, you know, everyone would love to just plug in their DNA results and have the answer, but sometimes it takes some time before you get either the right match or you're able to piece all those matches together because there are so many possibilities. Reason number three is that in some situations, the number of centimorgans that you share with others can appear to match higher due to situations like pedigree collapse or endogamy. And to show you just how complicated that can be, I don't want to go into like what is endogamy. It's basically when your DNA results reflect the fact that you have a family that intermarried with other families time after time after time. And I've been working on a case like that, and I'm gonna link to the results down below if you want to see. I'll link to it too at the end of this video, so you can look at it and see just how complicated it can be. But basically, you're going to get different results back when that kind of thing is involved. With endogamy, you've got multiple overlapping relationships, so it means that you can match one relative in a couple of different ways. And so that's another time when DNA Painter is not really going to help. It's going to be misleading. The numbers can be inflated because you've got that shared match that you share the match with in more than one way. And so the numbers are more complicated. And so that's another reason that if you're plugging it in and it's not working, that DNA Painter is not working the way that you expected it to, that could be happening. So if your DNA results are coming back looking not exactly as expected, those are three possibilities to explore. It does not mean DNA Painter itself is broken. What DNA match has you stumped? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it.